problem, including maybe the Ravens. So, Bart Scott, if I said Lamar Jackson is going to have the best season of his career, would that be likely or unlikely?
I would say unlikely. Listen, I think he's going to have a great season, but I don't think he has the effect like he had. I don't think he's an MVP candidate. I think he's going to be very, very good. I love me some Action Jackson.
No, you don't.
But I just believe that it's that defense is going to hold them back a little bit. We have a lot to see proven from that defense. But I love Action Jackson. I just don't think he's going to be an MVP. His best season was an MVP.
Right.
He's the most dominant, explosive weapon.
Who were his weapons when he was an MVP?
Yes, I understand that. That's when nobody had ever saw that most sophisticated run game, and it was like playing Georgia Tech. You didn't know who had the football, and it was explosive. Then people caught up to it, but he had 36 touchdowns. Then he rushed for like 1,200 yards. They're not going to ask him to do that anymore. So that's what I'm saying. You actually need less of Lamar Jackson to lean on his team and his running game and not expose himself so he can make it through a season and play a full 17-game season.
I think this offense is absolutely indefensible because now that you have guys on the outside green, you have OBJ, even if he's close to where he was. Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers. If you go seven-man spacing,
I get all that.
Then Lamar's going to beat you with your legs. If you load the box. Now, so I think this offense is going to be impossible to defend. And if their defense, which I think is young,
and
will improve,
a lot.
But no, they're not though, because they can outscore you. They're not asking a lot of the defense as the defense gets better. The secondary has some question marks, but they have a good pass.
You're dependent on a Jobu who's coming in his first full healthy season. You lost the leadership of Calais.
Wait, but let's not get sidetracked. Take me back to Lamar Jackson. Because for the longest time, we've talked about all the things he does that we've never seen another quarterback do. We have also talked about the things that they don't do. Will he do them? Because if he does them, because Zay Flowers, for those of you who don't know him, he just scored a touchdown. He's so ridiculous.
I'm bold on the Ravens. I love the
Lamar Jackson becomes one of the best players in the league, whether he's an MVP or not.
Listen, yes, I think he'll be up there. But listen, the test for Lamar Jackson is when that other guy on the other sideline has a Superman cape. If it's Burrow, if it's Allen, if it's Mahomes, can he win? Because
I'm asking you that question. Is Lamar Jackson ready to do that?
I don't know if this team can be healthy. I have major issues with Bateman being healthy and OBJ being healthy. So I think, when you look at it from that standpoint, I don't know if they win the division because I think that in that division, I think the Bengals are the best in that division.
I'm not debating you there. Give Joe Burrow his props. But we can do that without also ignoring everything Lamar has done in his career. With less.
Yes. He's done more with less than anybody.
This guy has completely come into the league and changed what we think of the quarterback position.
Yes.
He is special. He is different.
He's him.
So he is him.
I'm with you. He is him.
No, it doesn't sound like you're with me. It sounds like you're somewhere else.
No, what I'm saying is Lamar Jackson has to do something he's never had to do. He has to be a leader of the entire team. He has to inspire that young defense on the other side of the ball.
What has he done his entire career but be a leader? Be the guy. When John Harbaugh's like, what do you want to do, Lamar? He's like, let's go for it.
I'm confused at what you're trying to say.
With the expectations that he has, right? And if he falls short, he has high expectations. He's got the contract. He's got everything that he needs. I just don't know if the team can stay healthy around him enough to beat those people within that conference.
Yeah, they have been startlingly injury-prone as a team.
Right, that's why they fired their entire staff.
Right. But when you talk about expectations and pressure, Lamar Jackson from day one, since he stood at the Senior Bowl podium and had to answer all those questions about, can you even play this position?
Right.
I know that better than anybody.
Right. So when you talk about pressure, there is no player that puts more pressure on himself because so many people think he can't.
Let me get Mike T in here. Go.
Yeah, Greeny. I think the AFC North has reinvented itself outside Pittsburgh.
Right.
When you think about Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore, they can all score. And I think that it's going to be an explosive offense in terms of the division. And I think Baltimore, because of the depth of that position, we're not even talking about Rashad Bateman. This team should be able to outscore Cincinnati and Cleveland, and that's why I think they're going to be a hard out, and Lamar is going to be there at the end as one of the 5 best players in the sport.
It may be who has the ball last in these games, and what I'm saying is on the defensive side of the ball, they're dependent on a lot of unknowns. Kyle Hamilton is his second year, Owe in his third year. Patrick McQueen has.
Okay, but no team is perfect. Every team has question marks. We're talking about Lamar Jackson here, and again, he's got to be helped. He's got to be there at the end, which he hasn't been each of the last 2 years. But if he is, there is reason to believe he's going to be better than he has ever been before. And the reality is, that when he has played, they have won, even as limited as they have been. When he's on the field, they win. So you tell me why, if he's on the field now, with more weapons,
more and better,
they don't keep winning. I mean, I don't care who they're playing, they win.
I think they keep winning. They're going to have a tremendous regular season. What I'm saying is he's going against other guys that are him too. And Lamar Jackson isn't going to be judged about what he does in the regular season. It's going to be when he goes against Burrow.
But the difference is Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson can be one-dimensional. Lamar Jackson can be more than one way, and I think that's what's great.
He's three-dimensional. Yeah. I mean, he literally is. He can do things no one ever has before.
But also, he may be putting the ball up more, right, which could lead to those turnovers and those interceptions. That's what I'm saying. When you're trying to outscore people, he's going to be fighting that stigma that he can't win from the pocket, which can create more turnovers. Last year, you talked about Dak Prescott having a number one offense, but it was those costly turnovers that cost him the game. That's what I'm talking about.
Final word quickly, Kmart, go.
Bart is wrong. The end.
That's a perfect summation. As we